Okay, welcome everyone to part 2 of the FansProject CA-13 Diesel review. So here he is in robot mode, and as you can see, very reminiscent of the Motormaster. Like, one of the things is like that they did is like Motormaster had the truck cab become his feet. This one here basically becomes his legs. And as you can see, you know, he has normal feet, but they still made the cab wrap around and become like his lower leg. So the truck parts cover shit, you know, giving that reminiscent, but still making it modern and, you know, not quite so corny. And they gave him that awesome square head. You know, the chest very evocative with those circles. He's got these cool shotguns. But let's do some size comparisons. Here he is with the Dark of the Moon Voyager Megatrons. See how they stand together. He's bigger, he's big truck in vehicle mode. Robot mode he's huge. It's some of these guys you just gotta wonder sometimes though. Yeah, I love that scale. And here he is with Optimus Prime, Classics Voyager Optimus Prime. You can see how he stands up with Optimus. Not even armored up, an already significant threat. It was so nice because in G1 he was basically like the first evil Optimus Prime before Robots in the Sky, Scourge, and Nemesis Prime and whatnot. Yeah, Motormaster, the original. It's like an evil Autobot leader of Prime thing. Yeah, so there he is with two other fairly known truck transformers, and there they are. But let's look at the rest of the team. Put these guys to the side. So here he is with the rest of the team. You've got Downforce, aka Drag Strip, Last Chance, Dead End, T-Bone Wild Rider, and Car Crash Breakdown. There they are. There is your Stunticons. As you can see, he towers over them, but it's still a believable scale. I mean, he's supposed to be a cruel guy bossing these guys around, and yeah, it's not as ridiculous as, say, some of the other ones that have come down the pipeline. Like, especially from G1, like a lot of the combiner teams, like the middle one was just, like they wouldn't even come down to his knee. Like that's how big like the limb bots were. Very ridiculous, but it's G1, you know. They could only do so much back then. But, you know, still cool. But let's focus on like his other weapons and things, so let's get these guys out of the way. Take these shotguns off for now. Little blaster things. Off you go. I'll just put these to the side for now and put them back here. So here is the rest of the trailer, which forms a whole bunch of things really. So here you have the bottom sword handle, which stores there. You can also store it here, and same thing with this piece. Flip it over, it doesn't really matter. I'll put this to the side. Snap off these wheels. This is evocative of the roller car that came with the original. It will form his chest plate, but there's also a handle here to form a shield. Ooh. So lots of fun things you can do with that. So now let's come here, and yeah, you want to carefully snap these off. There you go. So you can see they're basically the same. This one has like gun and this point here, which will be the point of the sword. Carefully snap that off. Snap off these two sides ever so carefully. And like right here, the main point. I don't want to snap these off too much. But yeah, these side sections, put these two together, and you patch this tip Attach it there, and there you have your sword. This is one freaking huge sword. One of the biggest combined swords around. I think the only one really bigger would be the Feral Rex's sword, which isn't out yet. But one mighty broadsword, very reminiscent of Conan with the double handles and huge sword. And just put these aside around. Now he can't really wield the sword per se in robot mode. I mean, whoa, okay, stand there, buddy. And you can like take the sword and tuck it into his arm like so, and you know that kind of forms a lance per se. Then you can just take this shield, you know, snap it in there. It'll make him look like he's a freaking knight. You know, it's kind of funny. It's like sword in one mode, lance in another one. There you go. It's like, yeah, it's like I have the power. So it's there. That's one way, you know, to wield a sword in this mode. You can actually take this little handle and kind of get it in there to make him hold it in this mode, but it's kind of tight, not very secure. But you can kind of get it in there. At least I got in there at one point, but couldn't get it back out. So there is a way to get that in there, but it's not really recommended. I would just stick it in there as a sword lance thing. That's one of the things you can do. The other thing you can do is these two shotguns with the other extra piece that came, they combine to form a bigger gun. The main combined gun. Just snap some pieces off. Snap this part off. And you take this part, these pieces, get it in there. It can be a little tight, but sort of snap it around there. Snap it around there. Snap you. Okay, there we go. And then just repeat. Snap there. And you take this piece and you put the hole in there. Combine. Make sure you push it in there real good. And this is like, will form the handle for this mode, and then you slide this one down, combine it, handle for combine mode. You just take this piece here and put it in there. Do not put it in too tight, however, because it'll be a pain to get out. And then repeat, and there you go. There's your big Intimidator gun. And, you know, there you snap it down. And that's also the combined mode gun for the Menasor version, full combined version. Here it is compared to the giant gun, as you can see. You know, it's a bit longer, but you can extend this one forward. So, give you an idea. Though I like it better tucked in. The combined mode gun. Here it is with one of the Colossus's shotguns. Another combined gun. And here it is with the other gun that comes with Colossus. You can see big weapons. Yeah. This gun here is like very reminiscent of the Cobra assault rifle from the original RoboCop movie. I'd go check that out right now if it wasn't for all this freaking snow, but hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah. Guns! Well, let's move on to the other pieces. So we got sword, we got gun, and these are the two weapons for the big guy. So you come here and want to snap these sections out ever so slightly. Loosen these up. We'll loosen this whole section up. Then just slide this part out. There you go. And put that to the side. Then you take this one here. Unfold these out. As you can see, more missiles. Take these and put them like that. And raise this up like so. And as you can see, you have like a weapon emplacement. that you can use, and you can like put this in front of the other guys. So you know they got like little weapons to stand against. In the case of this one, just snap these parts on over here. There you go. There's another weapon emplacement for the other guys. You can use that as a platform. And you know, when it's all said and done, you're going to have 4 of those, so one for each of the guys. Now this one here also has the hands. And in this mode, you can just take the hands, and there's the buttons. There's little slots on the side here, and just hook these to the back. I'll keep the hand there. I keep it there on the back, and you know, store the hand on each one of the ones over there, like so. So that's where you can keep the hand when it's not stored here. Make sure you fold the thumb like so, and keep this straight when combining it. As you can see with this one here, while storing it, it did cause a little stress mark there. So you know, we're going to try to avoid that right there. Stress mark, as you can see right here. So you got to be careful when combining this guy back together. Yep. So as you can see, yeah. So again, repeat. Now for the main Intimidator mode, you want to fold this down ever so slightly. You fold these in. You snap them together like so. With this thing slightly down. It won't be able to stand, but you take this and you will attach to the back. So you know, repeat that for this side as well. You just fold them in, and these will snap to the back. Now, what you want to do with these, you know, come back here, remove the arm, snap this back up. I'm going to take this hand. You'll notice that it has like grooves here. These grooves, it's like will wrap around this section here, and then the back of the hand will plug into there. So, yeah, slide that ever so forward. Make sure the grooves line up. There you go. Then you can just sort of wrap these around. There you got like visible hand, but or maybe some kind of vent, but it won't really matter too much. Do the same thing with this one. Just take the fingers and put the groove around. I think this one goes straight in. You gotta love it when they work just right. Now here for combining them, you take these sections here on the arms, bring them down, and be careful when moving the arms. Now you'll notice that this slot here and there, you want to go like this and then just rotate it. So you take that, make sure you hold the arm, and there, just snap that down. Then if you want, you can take this shield and attach it back to the arm. You can rotate that around, and as you can see, bam! Whole bunch of shoulder weapons. You just come down here. Over here. Whole bunch of shoulder weapons there. Then these sections here, these will connect back here. Right behind the head. It's a little tricky getting him in there. That's one of the reasons you want to have these folded all the way, but there you go. Sort of snap the arm there. You take this gun, fold the handle. And there he is. Then you can take the sword, and there's this little tab here. Just come up in the back, rotate this up. You can plug the sword in here and store pretty much everything on them. So here you have your Diesel in the Intimidator mode, as it calls in the box, with all the extra, like, combiner capable becoming weapons. Yeah, this guy's boss, he's got like missiles and cannons and more missiles and giant sniper rifle, which according to the instructions is designed to kill other combiners. He's got a little shield and the sword on the back, which, I don't know, draws in electricity or temporarily projects a field of, like a force field or something. Yeah. Do not want to mess with this guy. So now, the name Diesel seemed a little strange at first, but it actually makes sense on a lot of levels. First of all, Diesel, it's engine sounding, it's a type of engine, so that works. But there's also a whole wrestling connotation about it too. So here you have the Motormaster, who is called Diesel. Now, compared to the other guys, he's huge. There was the wrestler Kevin Nash, who was known as Diesel like at one point in his career, and he's like a tall guy, so there's that. And in the animated version of Transformers, the Motormaster was kind of designed around, it's like a bad wrestler persona gig, and he was made the voice to sound just like the Macho Man Randy Savage. So, wrestling connotations there, and Diesel, it works. And you can see just how much bigger he is next to the other guys, so it's not a bad name at all. Well, that ends the look at all the main pieces, you know. And, you know, next we're going to get all these guys combined together. So, thanks for watching this, and, you know, tune in for the next video, which will be the full combine mode, and you'll see some comparisons with the other combiners, such as Giant and the Colossus. Thanks for watching. Later.